how's it going, everybody? This is Daryl, the Bearded Dragon with dadsanddragons.com, and I'm pretty pumped because I just got out of the From Other Suns beta, and I gotta say, I am absolutely loving that game. I could see myself killing a lot of time in it. If you didn't get a chance to try it, because apparently the beta ends today, it's October 1st, so today is the last day of the open beta. I'm not sure when the official launch is, I haven't even looked into that, but it is such a good game. In my opinion, there are a lot of people, if you go check out the reviews, I think it's currently sitting at 4 stars, so most of them are good, but there's a few 1-star reviews, and I'm going to try to bite my tongue about those because, first of all, I never trust a 1-star review, ever. Like, there's very rarely a time when a game deserves 1 star, so most of the time, the people who are giving 1 stars, especially if they go in and comment, I would say 0 stars if I could, like, I don't know. I don't know what happened to them. Like, they couldn't have been having the same experience that I had because it was a smooth experience. It was a wonderful experience. The environments were great. Sure, there were issues like not being able to interact with objects around the ship. I didn't really care for that. The audio not being 3D spatial audio, so you can't tell where a sound is coming from. That it would have been really cool if that was put in there. But overall, I absolutely loved it. Like, you're on this ship, so you're the captain of this ship, and you get to fly around. I believe, based on what I've played, that the goal is just to get back to Earth. I don't know for sure if that's the goal of the game, but that seemed to be what my goal was in the game that I was playing. So the idea is that you've got the ship and you're in like basically complete command of it. You can pull up a map of the ship, you can tap on the people, tell them to go and fix crap. You gotta watch their health too and send them to the medical bay if they're sick. You go around the ship, you've got this repair gun. Somebody was pissed off that there's a repair gun. Like, he's like, oh, let's like build stuff and you know, repair stuff. I'm like, whatever, who cares? Like, there was a breach in the thing. I got this repair gun. I shoot it with the repair gun. It fixes the breach. Yeah, it's a little bit silly, but whatever. It was still pretty cool. And who knows what's going to come later down the line? This is a beta, first of all, and games get updated all the time. So who knows? I think this is a great start to a game. And this is from the people, by the way, who made the game Chronos. So if you've played that, then you know the kind of quality games that they make. They also make the Darksiders games, which are of course not VR, and Hero Bound games, I think, on the Gear VR. So these guys, first of all, friggin' right on to these developers, right? Like, they've been investing heavily in VR and making good games. There's a lot of people that put out crap and deserve lower reviews, right? Like the constant wave shooters that we get, even if they have really nice graphics, they're still just wave shooters. I don't understand it. There's people out there that are like, Space Pirate Trainer is the best thing ever, and it is literally you just stand there and shoot stuff. I don't understand that. How could some... Anyway, whatever. I'm ranting now. I said I wouldn't talk about it, and I am. Let's get back to what the actual game's about. So you got this ship, and you can control them around, but that's not everything, right? So you can do that. You can control all the people, send them where they're supposed to go, you send them to the med bay, do all that stuff. But every once in a while, you're jumping. So you got this map of space, and you select your destination, right? And it tells you how many jumps you're going to have to make, faster than light jumps you're going to have to make to get to that spot. And each jump requires 1 fuel, I guess. So you got to make sure you have enough fuel. Every once in a while, you stop at one of the points, and there's a pirate there. So far, I've only run into pirates. There might be other things later, I'm not sure. But there's a pirate there, and sometimes they'll flag you down. Sometimes they'll just start shooting at you. And so you have to then go over to your tactical panel, and now the other thing too is this game is online multiplayer, so if I had somebody else there, they could just be on the tactical panel, and somebody else could be on the crew panel, and I'd be on the captain panel or whatever, and then, you know, you don't have to jump from panel to panel, but I was on my own, so I was jumping from panel to panel, and you go and you select. So first of all, you can select where on the ship you want to hit, and then you can fire your missiles to hit that. You've also got a laser that just kind of fires generally in the ship's direction and hits wherever it hits, right? So you got these 2 weapons to start off with, and there's a 3rd slot that's got nothing in it. I never got to see what could go in there, but probably another weapon, and you can upgrade the weapons that you do have. You can upgrade everything. You can upgrade your oxygen, which allows you to have more crew on your ship. You can upgrade your shields, your hull, your weapons, your faster than light booster, so you don't have to wait as long between jumps and you can jump farther. All kinds of, like everything. So you've got this ship that you can upgrade, you've got this crew that you can command, you've got these beautiful environments that just feel amazing to be in, and sorry, I'm gonna bring up another complaint that somebody had, because somebody was saying, shouldn't it be scary to teleport onto this station? And like, I felt a little bit uneasy because I didn't know what was happening, but thank goodness it wasn't a friggin' horror game, because holy crap, there have been way too many of those. Okay, like, why on earth would anybody be suggesting that this should be a horror game? No, it shouldn't. I should be able to see clearly. Thank you very much to the developers for doing that. Anyway, the first ship that I went to, I didn't realize that you could run out of ammo, so I only brought one gun with me, and I ran out of ammo. But thankfully, I just tried it because I had no other options. You can, like, pistol whip the bad guys, and it works. They go down pretty easy. It takes like, for a robot that you haven't dealt any damage to, it's a good 4 or 5 swings, and they're shooting you while you do it, so you're not coming out of it unscathed. But it's not, of course, super difficult, which I saw people complaining about that as well. And it's like, this is the beginning of the game. This is like the first thing past the tutorial. Why on earth would it be difficult at this point? The point at this point is just to get comfortable with the game and figure out what you're supposed to be doing, and later on it can become difficult. And I don't know, for all I know, it scales too. If you have more people, then the enemies are harder to kill. I don't know, because I was only playing by myself, but I cannot get over the stuff that people are complaining about with this game. It's such a good game from a company that has been supporting VR from the very beginning. It's just unbelievable. Anyway, I can't get over it. It's such a good game, and the demo was free. I sure hope to heck you got a chance to play it. And if you didn't, I hope this video here that I'm doing here is gonna do justice to it. I can't ask for more. This is like a game that I've wanted for ages, because it's first of all, it's a first-person shooter. It's got full motion, so it's not a wave shooter. I'm not going into a room and being trapped there until wave after wave of enemy is killed. It's not that. They're on patrol around a ship. I teleport onto the friggin' ship. I jump to the space station. I teleport onto the ship, and then I walk around the ship, and I sneak around, and there's little cubby things that you can hide in, and I don't know, to me, I'm not a huge Star Wars buff, but it felt to me like a Star Wars, like I was, I'd pop out from behind the thing, and I'm doing the actions here, and you guys can't even see me. Anyway, I pop out from behind cover, blast away a couple times, get back behind cover, see their bullets come back, then jump out again, and it just felt amazing to me. And I don't mind feeling powerful. I don't mind when enemies go down kind of easy, which, they don't go down terribly easy. They're not the greatest shots in the world. They do miss most of the time. Not every time, but most of the time. But again, it's the beginning of the game, and that's to be expected. But I don't mind if I feel a little bit powerful in these games. I don't mind finding a really strong weapon that makes it so that they take less hits. I do not mind if I'm not constantly stressed out playing a video game. Maybe that's not you. Maybe you get your kicks from being stressed out and wanting to pitch your touch controllers through the wall. I don't know. I've never been that kind of gamer. I've always been the play on easy mode, so take that however it is. But I just love this game. I can't say that enough. I didn't know what it was. I'd heard of it, and I think I'd watched the trailer way back and thought, yeah, it kind of looks cool. Somebody on Reddit posted about the From Other Suns beta starting this weekend. I didn't realize it was only for this weekend, so I didn't get around to downloading it till like an hour ago. I played through twice. The first time I went onto this station, and it was weird because it was abandoned. I went on. There were a couple of robots on the station. I shot them, killed everybody on the station, transferred all of their stuff back to my ship, which is flippin' awesome. Okay, I got the manifest of all the equipment and supplies they had and teleported it to my ship. And they got a Star Trek like teleporter thing, by the way. You lock in your coordinates, you stand on the pad, boom, off you go. Flippin' awesome. And then you can just teleport back to your ship too anytime. When the mission's done, you just hit your wrist thing, teleport back to ship. Yes, boom, you're back to ship. You collect your payment if there is one, whatever. Anyway, so I decided, what the heck, I'm gonna just shoot this thing because there's nobody on it anyways. And then it started shooting back at me, and it was like super powerful, and it killed me real quick. And then it just ended the game. It didn't give me an option to restart. So I thought, okay, maybe, because by the time it had killed me, I was talking to the commander, being told, good job, whatever. I thought, okay, well maybe that's just the end of the beta. Maybe that's the end of the demo. I had done it. And then I jumped in and played another game for a little bit, which I'll talk about later in another video. But It was wands, in case you're wondering. And then when that was done, I was like, you know what? I really want to do the From Other Suns again. So I jumped in, and it was completely different. Not completely different, but the first time I played, I jumped in, and immediately it was, your engines are down. You got to go to the engine room and fix them. So I'm like, I don't remember, I don't know how to do that. I walked into the engine room, and you can't interact with anything. So I was like, I'm not sure what to do. Do I need to go find a person and tell them to go fix it? And whatever. And then I remembered the repair gun, so I just shot the engines with the repair gun, and of course it fixed it. Now, I can understand why some people might be like, oh, that's kind of a cheesy way out, and wouldn't it be better to find all the pieces you need and stick them in and stuff like that? And yes, to an extent that would be cool, but I mean, there were parts where I had to find a key and stick it into the computer and then hack the system and stuff like that. So I mean, it's not like everything is just point a gun at it and pull the trigger, but I digress. Let's get back on topic here. So that's what happened the first time. The second time I loaded it up, there was nothing. It didn't tell me anything. I was just on the ship. I was wandering around. It didn't tell me to go anywhere. So the first thing I did is I went to the bridge, and I just started jumping around to different stars, and I ended up at a space station, and the ship told me there was an incoming communication, so I loaded it up, and it was an alien trying to sell me crap. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. So I bought some fuel, I think, just to make sure I could get through to the destination that I was going to. And then I kept going, and I got a pirate, took him out pretty easily. And actually, this was really cool. While I was taking him out, they told me that they had a teleportation lock on my ship. Now, I never did find out if they could teleport on the ship, but that would be pretty cool. Like, if you're taking on a pirate ship and then they teleport onto your ship, and you got to get out there and take them out. And of course, the teleportation room is where you stash all your guns that you find, because you can hold up to 5 in your inventory at a time. But if you want to keep a gun and be able to take it on missions, you've got places to, like, little, I don't know, kind of like space lockers or whatever. They're just spots in the wall. You stick your gun and they stay there, whatever. You can grab them next time. I had just unloaded all of my guns except for my hand pistol for some stupid reason, and found out that he had a lock. So I'm like, oh crap, I better get out there and get my guns. But he never showed up, so I just went out and just blew him up, and that's how that went. But I suspect that he would have eventually come or sent robots or something, because it seems to be I only kill robots, but that's all I've run into so far. Except for when I killed my crew, which is kind of cool. Not that anything special happened, but you can kill your crew, of course, right? And I just wanted to see if you could, so I walked up behind. I saw a girl, she was there, and I wasn't even sure if she was like an actual person, because I was playing a public game, so for all I know, it was an actual person who was being given a mission or something. But it wasn't. It was just an NPC. So I shot her. She went, ow! And I was like, hilarious. So I just kept doing it until she died. And then I went and found the other guy and clubbed him to death with my gun. And it was kind of funny because they don't fight back at all. They're like, ow! And then they go back to doing whatever they were doing, right? It'd be kind of neat if they changed it so that they would fight you back if you started doing that, and maybe even like overthrow you and stuff. Anyway, I'm getting too deep into that. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out over this game because I just think it is a really, really good game, and I can see now, based on the timer, that I've been talking about it for 15 minutes. I think I've explained it pretty well. There's the video here showing it off. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people really did like it. I'm in the love it camp. I cannot wait for the full release of this game. I'm gonna play the crap out of it. I wish more people I knew in real life had Rifts, because I know a guy who has a Vive, and this is not a Vive game, unfortunately. I'm starting to really hate this exclusivity thing. But anyways, for now, it looks like it's an Oculus Rift game. At least it says specially made for Oculus. I haven't looked to see if it's on Steam. I'm presuming it's not. Anyway, this is a absolutely wonderful game. Hopefully you got to try the trial. If you didn't, hopefully they'll do another one. If they do, I strongly suggest you check it out, because it seems like there are two widely divergent opinions about this game. Either you love it or you really don't love it, and it's worth checking out, especially if you can do so for free. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up now. Thanks for checking out my video. Hit like and subscribe, please. If you hated this game, let me know in the comments. Tell me down there why you hated this game, because I cannot think of a darn single thing to hate about it. I mean, unless it's stuff I've already dealt with, in which case you know why why I disagree with you. But if there's something that I didn't mention and you're like, oh, I hate this game because of this, or if you think it should have been a horror game, let me know why you think that, based on, because we have so many horror games already. On the converse, if you love this game, let me know in the comments why you love this game. What did you love about this game? Are you glad that it wasn't a horror game? Are you glad that it wasn't a wave shooter, that it was kind of just go around, explore ships, find junk? I love that stuff. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.